Hi, my name is Delis Torres, and I'm the author of oops, One Tough Cookie. My book came out 3 years ago to mixed reviews because of my unlikable protagonist. And the other day, I posted a video reading my negative reviews, and I want to talk about why I wrote an unlikable protagonist and would I change it if I could, knowing now that the book wasn't so well received because of that. So, to start with, the idea for the book came from a dream, and Karina came fully formed like she was. And I loved writing the character because she was so bold and confident and just didn't care about what anybody else thought. And it was really fun to write somebody like that, somebody that is completely different from me. And I follow Stephen King's philosophy on writing, tell the truth. And so whatever came to mind, I wrote, even if it was very outrageous and like, oh my God. But when I got feedback on the book, that many people were put off by Karina and didn't like her, didn't understand her. So I dug deeper into her backstory, tried to give her more motivations and why she acts the way she does. When I got an agent, I she told me to change a few things because she was afraid that people would give up on the book too early and wouldn't get to see her change and grow. And I did. I did change some things, maybe not enough, because ultimately people did not keep reading, gave up on the book because of her. And even an editor, when I got a book deal, she told me this character is too unlikable. But I mean, I tried to soften her up, but I just couldn't. Like, it just didn't feel right to me. It felt like a betrayal. I just couldn't do it. And so, for anybody who hates Karina, she was worse than what you see. I tried. Um, and would I change anything? I would not. I'm proud of the book. This is the story that I wanted to tell. And I thought as I wrote the book that people there would be people like me who likes to see characters that are different and unique and just a different type of character. And I saw Fleabag, the show Fleabag, when I wrote the book, and that gave me some hope because Fleabag is very similar to Karina. She's also like doesn't care about what people think. She has trauma. She pushes people away, and Karina's very much like that. So I thought, oh well, there are characters like that that are well received, and so people will like my book. But what I did not count on was the romance. My book was marketed as romance because it is romantic, even though it's meant to be women's fiction. And I know that then readers of romance want to relate to the protagonist, they want to be her, they want to root for her. And I saw many reviews where people just didn't want to, they didn't want her to end up with Ian. They didn't think she deserved his love. And I get that. I'm not blaming them. I get that that is the genre expectation. But yeah, when I was writing the book, I didn't really expect that, let's say. And I think if I would have given the character, that if she wouldn't have had the happy ending with the love interest, I think it would have been what better received, because it wouldn't have been marketed as romance, it would have been women's fiction. So people would have been there. And I think shows like Fleabag and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend work because the characters end up alone. They at the end, it's like um, they still need to grow and learn in order to have a relationship. And Fleabag in season 2, she meets this priest and he sees her, he sees through her, and he's very similar to Ian in my book, but they don't end up together. And I think that maybe says a lot about us as audiences, that we need to punish unlikable characters. And I understand that in the world we live in, there are many assholes that we don't want them to have a happy ending. But also, it's like the character does grow and change, and she feels kind of that undeserving of this love, and yet she kind of goes after it. She doesn't want to punish herself. Why would she kind of deny herself love? And she's willing to change and be better. And so I don't really know what more do we expect from women and from a character like her. And so I did consider not having her end up with Ian, but that was the ending that I always had in my mind. And so in the end, that's what I did. And so if you like books with flawed female protagonists that change and grow and mess up, but there's a lot of messing up and maybe frustrating to read. And if you like a different type of romance story, this book has sex scenes. It's very steamy, has that banter romance, so that's I understand why it was marketed as a romance. Then check out One Tough Cookie.